Hello, thank you so much for accepting this conversation. You are a key worker in the UK. We are in London in April 2020, and I would like to start by asking you how safe is traveling to and from work during lockdown? I assume you might be using London transport, and I'd just like to know how safe it feels for you.
I do believe I'm quite safe going to and from work in London transport because I stick by the, is it 2 meters social distancing rule, and I go quite early in the morning, so there isn't many passengers. I think most of the UK, most of London, they're complying with the laws on social distancing. So thankfully, I can say that there isn't much of a risk of contamination because I'm quite far from anybody else. Like the carriage is quite big. I make sure I'm sitting even further than 2 meters from anybody. And yeah, just you just got to be careful. Make sure no one's coughing around you, obviously. And I'm not touching hard surfaces. And actually, I do sometimes, you know, like gel my hands and stuff quite regularly on the train. And yeah, so I'm in that sense, I'm taking all precautions that is possible to take. And yeah, social distancing is the thing.
Thank you. Um, I would like to ask you now, what's your first thought when you see people not respecting lockdown?
Well, I think in general, people are being very respectful of the laws. Most people are abiding. Most people are staying at home, as I just mentioned earlier. You hardly see many people on the underground nowadays. So I think it is working. But I mean, to those who aren't, it's quite sad because obviously carers and people are, putting their life out there. They're doing their best to help and save lives. So it is sad that there are the few, very few, who aren't doing what they're supposed to do. But yeah, I think for the most part, everyone is really trying to, comply, and we're all trying to get through this as one. So that's quite nice to see.
Great, thanks. Is there anything else that you would like to mention in particular?
My closing thoughts. It's just basically, yeah, just to reiterate the whole government campaign to stay at home. I think that's the best thing. That does save lives. It does help the NHS, and it just limits everybody from spreading it. I mean, we can say that, oh, I feel healthy or I feel well, this family member's this and that, but we don't actually know. Someone could be asymptomatic, means they're not actually showing the symptoms of having the disease. And if you go then and, mingle with them, talk with them, you could then catch it. Either you yourself can get ill or you can spread it to someone else. I think it's really important, if we all do stay at home as much as possible, only go out when it's essential. And yeah, just comply with the laws, and then yeah, hopefully this, and we need to bring this disease down. Basically, we need to like flatten the curve, as is said. So yeah, I think that's one of the best ways to do it. So yeah, that's just my closing thoughts. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your time. And again, thanks so much for allowing me to have this conversation with you today. Thank you.